Hey guys, Randy here, and welcome aboard the Seabee Traveler channel. Alright, it is that time again. We're going to go out to Quartzsite and we're going to check out some of the camping sites. This is kind of an update from what I did a year ago, see if anything's changed, and just kind of show everybody what the campgrounds look like in early November. Alright, so on this trip we're gonna hit the 5 major free campsites around Quartzsite: the Scaddan, Roadrunner, the Plomosa, Dome Rock, and High Jolly. Yeah, we'll just hit those 5. And then also, while I'm out here, I wanted to check out some of these other places kind of around Quartzsite, but not real close. You got Gold Nugget Road, a couple miles down I-10, and then we've got closer to Ehrenberg. There's some free camping out there close to the river. But on this one, we're just going to hit the major ones around Quartzsite. If you've been here before, you could probably tell we're heading out to Scaddan Wash Campground. And you can kind of see straight ahead of us, that's I-10. It's one of the bigger issues from camping here. If you're close to the, I guess it's the like the main entrance, you're going to get some freeway noise, but it goes back 3-4 miles, so you should be fine if you're going to come over here and then just head out a little bit farther. So what we'll do is, at the entrance up here, there's going to be like a kiosk with a little storyboard information on camping. I think we'll stop there. On these free campgrounds, it's pretty much the same everywhere, so I might only do 1 or 2 of these. But yeah, right here will be a good one. We'll just stop, take a quick look. Scaddan Wash. I think I'm saying that right. I said it before and I said it wrong, so I think it's Scaddan. Alright, so just right up here we'll stop, but there's some information, take a quick look, and then we'll drive back a little ways. I'm not going to go back 3 or 4 miles, but we'll take a quick look. Alright, well, this gives you a little bit of an idea when you're this close to the freeway, some of that freeway noise you're going to get. Here's some of your basic 14-day camping. Pets must be kept on a leash. Do not discharge or use firearms out here. And then this is kind of a map. Alright, so they have Dome Rock, Roadrunner, like I said, all the 5 majors. But you can only overnight camping in the LTVAs, the Plomosa LTVAs, or these 5 designated 14-day camping. Wow, that freeway noise can get a little loud right here, couldn't it? Welcome to Quartzsite. That map is it's been here for a little while. Where is that business? Map 2017, yep. Just a couple years old. I was walking back to the truck and I noticed this cactus, this saguaro. What got my attention was how messy it is at the top, because it's there's a dead palo verde next to it. And it's kind of all intergrown into each other. See, take a look. These branches have grown into up here, and then the saguaro is just going to kind of swallow it up over time. It's kind of cool. All right, we'll head back to the truck and see if we can't drive around just a little bit. All right. You can see there is nobody out here yet. It's early November, so they're starting to trickle in, And they trickle in slow and then builds up kind of quick. Look at that mountain range back there. That trailer park ahead of us, that used to be called Clouds Trailer Park. Now I think it's like Gold Star RV Park. Quartzsite off in the distance, I-10 right below us. Yep, nobody out here. And that's heading towards Phoenix, heading east. You can just see how beautiful it is out here. And that's off in the direction that this camp will go, 3-4 miles, maybe even farther back towards those mountains. Well, one thing I noticed I was getting back in the truck, I looked at my phone, and the cell reception here is good. I think I'm at like 4 bars. But that's typical because you're so close to town, you're going to get good reception. Some of the other places, the farther out you get, I think like the Roadrunner, that's pretty far out of town. It's a little bit worse out there. But and if you're here during the busy season, the network gets kind of loaded up. So cell service and internet, that kind of stuff's a little bit slower when there's a lot of people around. So right now there's nobody out here, so I'm gonna have good reception. And yeah, we'll see what it's like maybe at some of the other campgrounds as I go around. They've got to be getting better because I think they keep adding more towers. They've got to be sometime. And this gives you a good idea of what it's like. I mean, we're a little bit farther away from the freeway, not too bad. And then up here you can kind of, we'll work our way. It's kind of like a main drag up underneath those power lines. So we'll head up there. All right, well here is that, it's kind of like a main road through this campground area, and it's right underneath these power lines like I was saying before. But it's a good way to get pretty quick through the campground area, and if you keep following this you'll end up over on 95. If you take a left then you get down to Yuma. But we're gonna take a little bit of a detour because we're gonna end up on, if I can find the right turn, we'll end up over on Dome Rock Road East, kind of the road we came in on.
Wheels are rolling on the 2-lane blacktop. Dust kicking high, won't let this heart stop. Friends beside me, laughter fills the air. Chasing sunsets, we're going anywhere. Wide open roads and a sky full of stars. Living our dreams while we travel afar. The world keeps calling, we can't stay still. Wandering souls with a restless will. Stopped in a ghost town, not a soul in sight. Rusty old signs in the pale daylight. Echoes of the past in the creak of the door, telling the tales of those here before. Wide open roads and a sky full of stars. Living our dreams as we travel afar. The world keeps calling, we can't stay still. Wandering souls with a restless will. clouds to rise. Dreams as big as the mountains far away. Tomorrow's a promise of another day. Morning comes with the first golden rays, packing up gear, hitting highways. Every mile we drive, there's a story to tell. Freedom's a song, and we know it well.
All right, here we are. We are at Dome Rock Road East. This is the one we came in on, and that straight ahead of us is that Gold Star RV trailer, RV park, mobile RV park, I think it is actually. All right, so what I think we'll do now, we'll take this road all the way over to 95, and we'll head south toward Juma, and we'll get to that campground Roadrunner. That's the farthest one down, and kind of work our way back in. And then we'll head up to High Jolly, and then to Plomosa. And after that, we'll hit Dome Rock. Alright, this big old RV park to our left, that's the Rice Ranch RV park. That thing's big. All right, straight ahead of us, that's going to be Tyson Wells. That's where the Tyson Wells RV park is. The Celarama later, the beginning of next year, and the game store. And speaking of the game store, Tyson Wells game store, it's open. It's open now. So if you're driving by, want board games, make sure you check that out. That place is huge. Got a ton of board games. In this big lot over to our right, that's, you can kind of see, look like goalposts. That's where the Big Tent show is. Big Tent RV show. The Roadrunner campground, that's about a little less than 7 miles south of Quartzsite. And because this one's farther out of town, it's one of my favorite places. They have really good views out here too. It's pretty. And when I first moved to Quartzsite when I was a kid, this is La Paz Valley is what they call it now. But we lived out there for a whole summer, upgrading a little homestead for some people. And here we are, just right here on the right. So I think, all right, we'll stop at this storyboard too. But since all these entrances are pretty much going to show you the same information, this will probably be the last one we stop at. All right, here we go. And you can see, still really early in the season, not a lot of people. There are some, and they're starting to trickle in, but there's not even a host out here yet. All right, let's check this out real quick. All right, let's see. This is the Roadrunner 14-day area. This one's quite a ways out of town. The map's really hard to see. Here's another map. There's some your LTVAs, little map. La Posa. And here's another list of your 14-day free camping areas. I see another sign up there. Yeah, let's go take a quick look. Well, there are some people out here already. Didn't really expect to see too many people. Camping on public lands at one location, limited to 14 consecutive days. After 14 days, campers must move to a new site at least 25 miles away, or camp in an LTVA. And here's your rules. So there's no host here yet. This is where you get your permits. Trash, pack out all your trash. Wood collection is not permitted. 14-day camping belongs to the American people. There's nothing here. But this one I kind of like because it is away from town a little bit farther. And you can get a good view of the Kofa Range down there and La Paz Valley. Beautiful scenery out here. All right, let's take a little drive through. Like I say, there's nobody here yet, but this will give you a good idea of what it's like. Beginning of November. Views all around. All right, let's go. All right, there is looking down Roadrunner Campground. And that's heading north towards Quartzsite. And you can kind of see the long-term camping. They're filling up a little bit faster. People here, they usually have a lot of their spots that they have each year. Wow, look how pretty those mountain ranges are from up here. The Kofas are just beautiful. It's a nice clear day too. And that's looking down towards La Paz Valley and looking east. And back to the Roadrunner. Let's go take a drive. All right, well, I think we're just going to drive down. If you keep going down this road, you'll end up at the old Yuma Road. And from there, you can kind of go north, get you up to the LTVAs. But we're just going to drive just a little ways up here, give you a good idea what the camping situation is. Got their speed limits, 15 miles an hour. It can get kind of dusty, so just be prepared for that, unless you kind of get off this main road a little ways. But hopefully this winter we'll have some decent rain, keep some of that dust down. We could use the rain for sure. But most of these 14-day camping areas, they're going to have these dirt roads like this. The LTVAs have a main road that's paved, and I think up in a Plomosa, you have that Plomosa Road that's going to take you all the way over to Bouse, and that's paved. It takes you out to some of the sites, then you turn into dirt roads out there.
Ticket in my hand to you, canceling all my plans for you. Don't know where we're going, what we're gonna do. Got a ticket in my hand to you, 'cause I'm thinking maybe we got something, maybe we got something. Maybe we got something good.
All right, well, we've got some other places to get to, so this gives you a really good idea of the Roadrunner Campground. I'm going to turn around here, and then I think we'll head up to High Jolly. I'll just take the 95 north, go through Quartzsite, got the turn. Yeah, so we'll head up through Quartzsite, get up to High Jolly, and then we'll do Plomosa after that.
Ooh, well, I've thought this through. It's just the start of something new. Maybe we got something. Maybe we got something. Maybe we got something good. Maybe we got something. Maybe we got something. I know we got something good. Something good. We got something good. Something good. Got something.
All right, here we are. We're back to the entrance, and 95 is right here. We'll take a left, head back into Quartzsite, and the High Jolly is only about 3 miles north of town, so it's not that far. That's what's nice about Quartzsite. There's a lot of different places you can camp, and they're all pretty close. It's probably, what, 15 miles between this one and then the farthest one north at Plomosa. Now down here, the cell reception, it's not as good as it was up near town. The closer you get, the better it's going to be. It was kind of spotty. Sometimes I didn't have any reception, but other times I had 1, 2 bars. All right, well, we are getting up just about to Quartzsite again. And when we're done with the 2 campgrounds up north, then we'll kind of drive through town a little bit and to get out to Dome Rock. So get a quick view of the town, and it's not so busy times. I gotta say though, it's nothing like it used to be. Back when I was a kid in the late 70s, early 80s, it was just 2 lanes. There was no stoplight. It was just a stop sign. And you talk about a traffic backup. Man, oh man, that was bad. You guys got it good nowadays coming into town. Got 4 lanes, stoplights. Fast food. There was no fast food growing up here. All right. It's La Mesa RV lot. To our right. And just right here at this corner on the right, my dad, when we first moved into town, there was a Texaco gas station there. My dad used to run that. And then later on, my stepdad had a garage there. All right, so from here, it's only about 3 miles, a couple minutes to get up there. A lot of these little RV parks, they're not a lot of business right now. Water, and get some water at these places. There's propane. Some ice, water. There's your propane there. Oh. I think they have sewer dumps there too. All right, so just up here is High Jolly. I did notice as we passed by there was a cell tower, so I think you're gonna have pretty good reception here. Let me check my phone. Yep, we're good here. I've got about 4 bars. And I use T-Mobile, so you might get better reception with different companies, but all right, here we go. High Jolly. A lonely mesquite tree there. Maybe it was an ironwood. Yeah, I don't think this is one of the bigger campgrounds around. You can kind of see that road takes you back to that wash. It probably goes back there a little ways. Wow, you can still see the cove is way down there. Oh, and there's the cell tower. The Quartzsite cell tower, so you're gonna have really good reception right here. And you can kind of see the people coming in, sticking close to the exit, it looks like. Wow, he's got a nice little setup there. Well, and just down there somewhere you can kind of see Plomosa. You can see some of the trailers that were down there. And you can take that Plomosa Road all the way through those mountains to Baus. Well, so you can see down here, got a little row of campers there. When I come back in January and February, I'll do another little update with when there's a lot more people out here. I kind of did the same thing last year, where I kind of give you a preview before the crowds and then something a little bit later just to give you an update, see what kind of crowds they have this year. Because I'll be out for sure during the big tent show. The Cellorama has their thing going on at the same time, so that's always fun. I'd like to remind you to reach down, click that like button, helps the channel out, and also subscribe if you haven't. It doesn't cost you anything, and it lets you know when I put more videos like this out. Boy, from down here the campground looks a lot bigger, doesn't it? And they are sprinkled out here. I think this is one of the better places people like coming here. You have the cell reception. You're a little ways out of town. Pretty close to town anyways. But they got a good site over there, tucked into those trees. You know, I was just thinking, I need to do another video about places to eat in Quartzsite. I know it's been a couple years, and I know at least one restaurant that's changed management. So it might be a good idea to do that again, find some newer places that I didn't go to last time. But yeah, that was kind of a fun little video to make. Well, I think that's far enough on this one. I'm gonna turn around real quick, and then we'll head up to Plomosa. But I do kind of like this campground too. And I kind of mentioned it earlier when we first got started that while I'm down here, I want to see if I can find a couple of these places I haven't been to before. I haven't been to that Gold Nugget campground. It's a little bit east of Quartzsite. And then there's also a campground that's free out on Tyson Wells Road, heading towards Ehrenberg. There's some sand dunes out there. Maybe we'll stop at that and then take a drive down that river road, see what that's like these days. It's been a long time since I've been down that road. When I was a kid, that was a place to go, in those backwaters over there. Well, look at that schoolie right there. It's all painted white. Probably reflects that heat really nice. All right, well, we are back to the highway. We're gonna take a right here, head north about probably, I don't know, 3 miles or so. And then we'll hit that Plomosa. That one it's a big area. It's stretched out kind of far. But it's about probably a little under 7 miles from Quartzsite. All right, well, here we are. This is the turnoff to the Plomosa 14-day camping. Yeah, there's some people out here too. This one gets really popular. I know there's bigger groups that come out here and they kind of circle around. And it gets a little busy out this way too. Last year there wasn't a lot of people out here, if I remember right. Plomosa Road. Oh, another schoolie. All right, well, before we head down there, I'm gonna stop, change the batteries, and I want to try out my new camera, my 360, see how that works out here. No, this is not my 360. You can kind of see that's Plomosa Road headed out towards Bouse. Yeah, this one's really spread out. Just down there, that's towards Quartzsite. Not too far down there, you can kind of see High Jolly, where we were just at. I haven't been, I don't know if there's any camping that way. That might be like State Trust over there. But I know up towards Parker there's some camping, which is that direction. And then we're headed into more of the Plomosa. You can kind of see how spread out it can get. And up ahead is, looks like some campers up there. All right, well, my hopes for this camera are that when I can go slow like this, I can during editing I can kind of pan around so we have a little bit better peripheral view, and I won't be stuck with just the front view. But you can kind of see it'll let me pan around, and that way I can kind of focus on something and while I'm driving. So you see, this is kind of a little test drive, so I can, it's almost like I'm holding it, like I'm holding a camera and turning it. So there's a lot of potential, I think, for this kind of camera. So if I'm focused on something, I can stick around on what I'm talking about. So a cab over here, that's a pretty big one too. Look at that. Oh, it's got pop-outs on it. Wow, that is nice. And you can also see some of the groups are starting to form out here. Yeah, I think this. Here's some more campers out here. If you head down this road and you can go to Bouse, there's a couple of really cool sites. You have the Bouse Intaglia. Well, there's a little bit more people out here than I thought. There's a nice little rig there. But yeah, if you go, there's the Bouse Intaglias, and then you also have like the rock formation, the Quartzsite rock formation. So if you're camping out this way, there's a couple things you can do as well. Well, I think we're getting pretty close to the boundary of the camping area. Yep, this is it right here. So past this point, you can't camp. It's day use only. So we'll just get turned around, head back towards town, and get to our last campground of the day, Dome Rock.
Got my boots on the gas, a map in my hand. Seabee travelers ready, we're gonna see this great land. Through ghost town echoes and highways wide, with the world in my rear view and you by my side, rolling with the traveler, free as the breeze, chasing those sunsets through the rustling trees, from starlit skies to campfires aglow. Life's an open highway where we're bound to go. Oh, the canyon winds whisper and the mountains call, through valleys and deserts we've seen it all. Every mile's a story, every turn's a surprise. Epic views ahead under these endless skies. star goes down, fading in the desert dust. Every cracked in creek told a tale of rust. We keep rolling through the world so wide. The Seabee traveler spirit is our lifelong guide. Rolling with the traveler, free as the breeze, chasing those sunsets through the rustling trees. From starlit skies to campfires aglow, life's an open highway where we're bound to go. Yeah, yeah. We'll stay in a place where the camping is free. Wake to the dawn, hear the freedom ring. With every star that lights our way, the road keeps calling, it's where we'll stay.
All right, the end of town. So what we'll do is, instead of taking Dome Rock Road west to get out there, I think I'm just going to jump on the freeway real quick. That'll get us out there a little bit quicker. Well, Quartzsite traffic jam. All right, it's our turn. Yeah, this off ramp, it can get a little bit busy and crowded, and I try and stay away from it as much as possible. The other one's so much nicer. All right, well this we're gonna jump back on the 10 real quick, and it's only, I don't know, 4 miles, something like that. It is a beautiful drive coming out this way. You know, 10 has more traffic on it, a lot of truck traffic, but you get there really quick. So, and I usually don't come to this campground from this direction, so I'm not 100% sure where the turnoff to the campground is. I could kind of see them coming in. I can kind of see some camping up there. Not a lot though. Not a lot of people out there yet. This is probably one that fills up later in the year if I had to guess. Sure seems like when I come out here that there's less people out here.
All we need is a place to be and a few good friends for some company. If you'd like to stay, you don't have to leave. We'll leave the lights on and the door unlocked. If you drop on by, you don't have to knock. We're happy to share whatever we've got.
All right, so the turnoff is, I think we'll go down a little bit. I could turn there. Let's go down a little bit, and then we'll come back this way once we get up on the hill. So you can see there's some people camping. I've been noticing a lot of flowers. There's a lot of, if we can get any decent rain this winter, we're gonna have a really good spring bloom, I think. I'd love to see another super bloom. Haven't had one in probably 2 years, 3 years. Look how pretty those mountains are. Wow. Oh, we got some, what is that? Some drill rig or something. Looks like they're drilling core samples. There's I-10 heading towards Ehrenberg. Wow, these mountains are just beautiful. It's getting a little bit later in the afternoon. But wow. So you can kind of see this one is spread out pretty far too. It kind of runs between the mountains and the freeway there. You can probably go up into the hills a little bit too. You see these roads going up there. I don't know how far you could take a camper trailer, but you can see there, it looks like you can go back pretty far. Boy, what I've noticed is on some of these campgrounds, especially out here, you can get turned around and it's hard to find a trail that you're trying to get to because there's a lot of, I think you have like 1 or 2 main roads and then all these other little ones like this that get you in between. So, but since there's not a lot of campers up on that pipeline, I kind of made my way back towards the entrance. Wasn't sure if he was waiting for me to come through. Yeah, he's gonna let me go. Oh, he's one of the guys up there. Harris Exploration. He's one of the guys that were up there doing that coring. I think they were getting core samples. Surely they wouldn't be drilling for water up there. All right, well, I think that is going to do it. There's your 14-day free camping around Quartzsite, Arizona. And make sure you stay tuned because I'm going to also do some more free camping, like I mentioned before. And then I also want to get out and do the some LTVAs. So make sure you stay tuned and I'll be getting those out soon. All right, well, thanks for coming along. I hope you found that helpful. Little guide to where some of the free camping is around Quartzsite, Arizona. So anyways, I'm going to sign off, and just remember, never say goodbye. Always see you later.